Welcome back, Recruitment Funded 5. Today we've got Alistair Logan of Ultimate Finance. Been in the market a long time. I've been with Ultimate Finance a long time, and I'll let him introduce himself. But thanks for tuning in, and hope you enjoy.
I'm Alistair Logan, Senior Regional Director for Ultimate Finance. Been Ultimate 12 years and 22 years in banking. Ultimate provides a range of funding products, including invoice finance, asset finance, trade finance, full pay and bill services, and unregulated bridging finance. Yeah. We're part of the Tavistock Group, which is owned by Joe Lewis. You may know some of his other investments.
Mr.
That's right, yeah. So his other investments in the UK are Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and Mitchell and Butlers. We provide lending to 2,000 SMEs, which about 900 of those are on invoice finance related products, including pay and bill for recruitment companies.
Yeah.
And our main sweet spot is for people borrowing between 50,000 and 5 million.
Yeah, well, we spoke about, you do quite a lot in recruitment. It's always a question I quite like asking people, but what percentage of Ultimate Finance's, I guess, invoice finance book would you guess? I'm not going to hold you to it, but would you guess are recruitment businesses, be it pay and bill or factoring or ID?
It was historically around 25%. I would say it's probably about 20% because the product's being used more. But yeah, we've got a high concentration of temporary recruitment agencies that are clients.
Yeah.
A lot of them are long established clients with ourselves. And once it's set up, they just need it for the funding their temporary recruitment each week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, brilliant. So I've got a couple of questions. I pinged them across to you before, and it was just to get your insight of the market. You've been in the market a lot longer than me. We've known each other quite a while, which is good as well. So I've got two, you've got one for me. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully we'll keep it under 5 minutes. I doubt we will again. But I guess the first one from me is CV19 as a topic of conversation, and a really important topic at the moment, because a lot of recruitment businesses are asking me how it's affecting lenders, invoice finance providers, what the change are. So, and to try and be positive, I was looking for a professional positive that the invoice finance industry has gained from the CV19 situation. So, wanted to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think really the positive that I've seen is really for us, we've been fully open for business. We haven't furloughed any staff.
Okay, good.
For that is that existing clients have always got their point of contact. Yes, we are working from home, but everybody with modern technology can now still continue to get hold of their contacts.
Yeah.
Still open for business for new clients. I'd say as a positive to the industry, we've seen people who haven't considered invoice finance as a funding mechanism, a way of them generating cash flow for their businesses, who may not ever have considered it before. So I would say that's the professional positive.
I haven't thought of it from that point of view as well. It's really, really positive. Businesses that haven't had to look into it, that may be in a different situation, that are now understanding what invoice finance is, because I think there's a massive blur in the market a lot of the time until they actually need to research and look at their options.
Yeah, that can be right. People have used their own cash reserves historically. Cash reserves have been used. May have a mix of permanent placements and temporary replacements, and the perms have funded the temporary side, but, and covered the overheads of the business. But, we're all in trying times at the moment. So, if you don't normally historically borrow, it's a great way of quickly accessing cash.
And I guess the second question from me, industry away, more focused on Ultimate Finance. This period's been really tough for recruitment businesses specifically. What have you done to support your customers during the period? So what's changed? Has anything changed? Has no change, good change? Yeah, just what are the changes that have really been made?
Yeah, so really to start off with COVID-19, what we kicked off with was client managers making sure they're speaking to their clients.
Sorry, Al, are all your guys from home now? Are you still, because you've got an office in Maine?
Yeah, so they're all working from home. So they're out talking to the clients. So the first action point was speak to your clients, see how they're affected, what can we do to help. Our Chief Operating Officer and our CEO, Josh Levy, held a webinar for existing clients.
Oh, cool.
So the main points of that was on the 7th of April, so that was early on. We were really explaining to them the government schemes, how to deal with your employees, cash flow projections, and also the one at the end that was really important was Sean Purrington from our Avenue Insurance Brokerage. We were talking about debtor protection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where we go through this scenario at the moment, there will be failures out there, and how do you protect your business in these circumstances?
Yeah, wow. And how do you protect your business in these circumstances? I'm sure a lot of people want to ask that question.
I think it's been taking advice from as many people as you can, using our knowledge. You know, we use credit reference agencies, we use credit insurance.
Yeah.
Data that we have. You as an SME may already been subscribing to Credit Safe, whatever system that you do use, but you know, the more information you have, the better, really. So,
yeah.
Well, you know, the only final thing as well in there was a little bit on health and well-being. We know it's a topical scenario at the moment, and it's really important to make sure your staff are okay. You know, you as a business may have your staff working from home. You know, your recruiters are all working from home. It's a bit different. You know, how do you manage those people? Because we are all working in different environments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's massive change, and then we're all going to get used to it, and then we will hopefully all be back in the office, and things will be changing again. So
yeah, let's all be positive for that. You know, I think we may change slightly on how we work. More people working from home for parts of the week. You know, I think we'll have to see how it all changes in the future.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think I agree, and I think a lot of people are saying the same. Is that I think a lot more people will work from home. A lot of people will be a lot more flexible in the way that they work. And I was only on the phone to a supplier earlier, and I could hear them out in the garden with the birds singing as I was talking. So things are changing, but it made me smile. It's not a bad thing. People being more normal in this environment is definitely not a bad thing. So it's good to hear what Ultimate doing. And I guess to finish off, I wanted you to ask me a question. Just to see, what your question was to me.
Yeah, so in terms of my question really was, how are you finding the finance market really? Because, you know, there is different appetite out there, you know, how are you finding it? Because we see it from our side of things, but, you know, it's interesting to hear from your side.
So what we're finding is that recruitment businesses have got time to, or they're finding time to review their supply chain. They're reviewing their suppliers, and they're looking at making changes in their business when they're quietest. And I think the biggest change has been that people are actually taking that step back to review where they're at in their business and what they can do to make changes, and how they can not only make cost savings, or that cost has kind of been important but not really, but actually streamline their process. So we've seen a number of people who've wanted to come away from pay and bill funding and go into a factoring or invoice discounting agreement and run the payroll and back office themselves and have a bit more control over their business and save a bit of money. We've also seen people the other way, wanting to go into a full pay and bill service to sort of take away that process from them internally. So when they get back into what we call normality, that there's a full process there for them to run, and they can get on and actually start billing again. And it's sort of every day is totally different. What I have noticed that people are looking for a lot more flexibility. People don't want to be tying in for a couple of years and don't want to be making massive commitments. People are taking time to review contracts, terminology, and facilities before they're making that decision, which I think is great.
Yeah, no, I think the flexibility is the key, isn't it? You know, for businesses, you know, people are always scared of long-term contracts. I think we've got to be positive at the end, you know.
Yeah, 100%, and we're getting there. It's just doing the right thing, and people making the right moves and right decisions. So look, Al, really appreciate you coming on today. Good. You're local to us as well, which is even better. I'll get it online. But thanks for joining us. And
thanks a lot for your time, Simon.
Yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Take care. See you later. Bye.